This podcast discusses paranormal activity and other topics some might find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised.
Is it a chill or a ghostly breeze? A knock, a tap, what do you believe? Ghosts, gossip, gather around, where the lost and the haunted are found. Ghosts, gossip, don't make a sound. Truth or tales, we'll dig it out.
Oh, hello. This is obviously the beginning of part 2, and you have decided to come back. Thank you. Thank you for coming back. I missed you. So yes, you're about to listen to part 2, the conclusion of There's a Man in My Room with Tommy from Let's Get Freaky podcast. I hope you enjoy.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why. And I've never. Obviously, Fred's too little for me to. Maybe
Fred.
when he gets a little bit older,
Yeah.
maybe I'll be able to ask him a bit more. He might not even remember it. I don't know, but
He might not. No.
yeah. But it was very strange, and obviously Ruby, my middle daughter, didn't know anything about what Fred had seen that Saturday. So this probably
Right.
happened on the Tuesday or Wednesday. So during that week, and he'd had the experience on the Saturday, and it was just weird that they both kind of saw the same thing at the same time.
Yeah. Not
But
far
yeah,
apart.
people again, they say sounds like doppelganger,
Yeah,
the
could be.
mimics. But there was another thing that happened really strange. Me and the wife were watching like a Love Island show on Netflix, like these little
Yeah.
love shows.
Yeah.
And we're both just sitting there watching this program, and the kids are all in bed, everyone's asleep. And we heard, it sounds weird, but we heard honestly, it sounded like a cartoon ghost. It was so loud and it lit up the room. We heard, so we're watching this show, nothing to do with ghosts or anything like that. And we heard, oh, like that. Honestly, it was so loud.
Both of
And
you heard it?
both of us heard it. We looked at each other and we're like, what the have we just heard? Totally freaked out. I stopped the show we're watching. I'm walking around the house trying to see if there's anything it could have been. The kids are all asleep. But it sounded like it was in the room. It was like it lit the room up basically. So we're like, what the heck was that? So we've rewound the
Wow.
show just to see if it was on the show that we were watching.
Right.
It wasn't. It was nothing to do with the show. And that is actually where my wife went, you've got to stop doing this paranormal podcast. And I was like, no, I can't. But yeah, that was another kind of, and we both heard that, it wasn't, you can't
Wow.
say that's in your mind because we both heard it.
Now, is she a believer?
She is, yeah. She's had some experiences. Yeah.
Okay, so
Not
she was
quite as into it as me, but
right.
she yeah.
That's crazy. So I know that my husband and I had a shared vocal audible type experience. It was like 5 a.m. and we both heard somebody go, hello. And I didn't realize he was awake. I was awake. And I'm just laying there and I have gotten used to hearing shit. So I was like, And he goes, what the was that? And I was like, you heard it? He's like, yes, I heard it. And I was like, I told you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, when you both hear it, because there's always with the paranormal, there is, and I try and be, because I very much jump to the paranormal straight away. It's just how I am. I'm always like, when something happens, I'm like, that's paranormal, and I'm trying to get a bit more skeptical. I'm trying to be like, okay, don't just jump straight to the paranormal, start talking about it on the podcast. Like, it's definitely paranormal. I'm trying to be like, but things are happening that you just can't. And when you're both hearing it as well, there's no denying that you're both not imagining the same noise at the same time. So
Yeah. There's no way. There's no way that both of you imagined that at the same time in the exact same moment and it was the same noise. No.
yeah,
Absolutely not.
yeah. So then there was a lot of
That's
things, there was a big build-up of things happening like that, um, in that area where they both saw Amy. It wasn't I don't know what it was, but so we went away one weekend, and I've got, like, a security camera, and I was like,
mhm, yeah,
I'm gonna leave it in the hallway in that area just to see if it picks up on anything." And you can watch this camera live, or
yeah,
it bings up when someone's there. Like, so if it picks up that someone's walked
right,
past, it will tell you. So we've
right,
literally
like a
left the
Blink or
camera.
a Ring camera.
Yeah, it's like one of those things, yeah. So we've
Mhm,
left, we're on our way to the weekend away that we're going on. Literally, we've got 10 minutes down the road. Bring, the camera's picked up something. I'm like, "Oh, well, let's see what it is." Looking, you can't see anything. There's no lights, there's nothing. It's just there's nothing there. So that's strange. You're like, "Why is it bling?" But it was binging constantly, like, the whole weekend. We were like, and I'm saying, "Can a fly make that happen?" I don't think so.
no,
That was very strange.
no.
Yeah.
That's funny you said that because I have my Blink cameras set up in my house, like my living room, and those it's really for my dogs more than anything, and I have them at my entrances and exits, just
Mhm.
for security purposes, and really for my animals. I like to watch my animals, but in my last house, I would have stuff like that happen, triggering movement, and I would look and there was nothing there. I don't have that here. That doesn't happen here.
Interesting.
It's like what was setting it off? And
Mhm,
I've had
mhm.
orbs set them off before, and I sent you that video of that one orb. That was
Yes.
me tuning in and watching it, and I saw it happen, like I disturbed it or something, but
Mhm.
I've had them set how did it set the camera off? This is this little ball of light, like, how is
Yeah.
that able to set
They'd
the
be going
movement
off all the
off?
time. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy. I wonder what happened right there.
I don't know. I was interviewing someone as well one time, and after we finished recording, because we talked to, like, a lot of mediums and stuff like that, and this guy
Yeah.
went to me, "You've got a lady in your hallway." Like, he said it, and I was like, and he said, like, she's not a nasty spirit and stuff like that, and she's been there for a long time. Um, and I never really looked into the history of this house. It's not a super old house, but I mean, I guess there was something here
I
before.
wonder if she fell down the stairs.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Sorry, thinking out
Yeah,
loud.
no, no,
I
no,
have a
it's
bad
cool. It's
habit.
cool. No, it's cool. Yeah, yeah. There was a night as well. I know there's been so many weird things have happened. It all gets jumbled, but there was a
Yeah.
night where I just started near where I just started doing Let's Get Freaky podcast, and it was a Monday night because I was watching Monday Night Football, the
Right.
NFL, and I'm sitting there watching NFL, and it was 1:30 in the morning, something like that,
Mhm.
and I'm sitting there, and lights are off. I was feeling confident this night, telly's on, but and I heard someone walking down the stairs, dum 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 dum, and in my front room, like, you can, at the time where the couch was, you could, like, turn and see the bottom of the stairs.
Right,
So
right, right.
I'm waiting for someone. I'm waiting for my
Yeah.
wife or one of the kids to walk down this because it was just that boom,
Mhm.
boom, 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 bottom of the stairs. No one was there. And I just remember I was like, not tonight. I'm just gonna watch the football. And that happened. Yeah, there was, yeah.
Turn the TV up. Yep.
Yeah. Turn the light on. Boom.
I hate to break it to you, but you are a beacon, my friend.
Yeah. It's weird because when I started Let's Get Freaky as well, I never thought I was I knew I'd had that big experience when I was a kid when I saw the ghost in my room, and that was always like the big experience. And then a few other little things that happened. But the more I talk to people like yourself, and yeah, there's a lot going on there. There is quite a lot going on. I think
Yeah.
just because we're open to it, I
Yeah.
think that's what it is,
Well, and
and we're
if you
gonna
are
see it.
sensitive, the way my friend Heather, who has some gifts, and her and I are both coming into our gifts kind of about the same time in the same form and fashion. Ours they differ a little bit, but very similar. The way she explains it as when you have a light about you and you definitely have that energy, good, wholesome, positive, white around you energy, we become beacons to things out there and things come like almost like moths to a flame. They just come to the light, the beacon, and that includes good and bad things. And when you're living in this world and you are a beacon, then yeah, things seem to it definitely seems like you are a magnet. And I say that just out of experience because I, like you, have these random things that happen. It's like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
Okay.
and they're undeniable, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I definitely think you are more sensitive than you realize and that you put out almost like a beacon and then you're open to it and you talk about it. And so I say people, things or spirits are like, hey, this guy right here, this guy, this is the one. This is the one. Yeah, brown chick. You want to go hang out over here? Let's go hang out. This guy. And, his kids can see us too. Let's go over here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's great. It's good over here. He hears us walk down the stairs. He just turns the TV up. We're good. We're good here.
it does scare me though. It does scare me at the same time. Like I'm fascinated by it, and
Yeah.
so trying to work out what it all means, but it does still scare me.
Do you ever cleanse
That's
and sage or do anything like that?
just prayer really for me.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
kind of what has worked. What
It
makes me
works,
feel
definitely.
like, yeah. So I do that a lot if I'm feeling like it's getting heavy, and
Mhm.
as I say, that when there was a period of like this is getting quite worrying, like prayer was like a big like that's what I was doing every day, and that is what I feel was stopping it.
Yes.
I
Mhm.
think intent is quite a big thing as it's
Absolutely.
your intention.
Yeah.
And not a lot has happened since like really the start of the year. Like there has been other things that have happened, but it
Mhm.
kind of calmed after that,
Yeah.
and I kind of wanted to stay calm. I feel I don't. I've had so many experiences. I feel like I know that there's more going on. I
Yeah.
just want to talk to people about theirs. I'm happy
Mhm.
with. I do kind of want to do like paranormal investigations. I do want to start going out and
Yeah.
doing that kind of thing as
Of
well, which
course.
you're opening yourself up to it then as well, aren't you? But
Mhm.
yeah, not in the house, but weird things do still happen. You do still.
Yeah.
There was something quite recently, and this is not scary or anything, but I just finished doing a podcast. It was about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning,
Good lord.
and
Do
that's my
you ever
normal.
sleep?
Not really.
Okay. Okay. Fair.
I
Fair. Fair.
basically live on Eastern Standard Time. Like literally, that is my time, really.
Yeah.
Um, So it's about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I thought I better go to bed because the kids are going to be up at 6 for school. So I'll try and get like an hour or whatever before they get up, help them a little bit, and then I go back to bed till like the afternoon. That's just
Uh-huh.
what kind of routine I got into. So, but I'm wide awake. I'm like, I don't really want to go to bed. I could have stayed up really, but I went, I'll go and lay down. So I went in my room talking about kids being in the bed. All the kids were in the bed with the wife, and I was like, "Okay, I'll sleep on the floor. Won't wake them up because 'cause they're getting up for school soon." So I set up like a little camp on the floor for myself, laid there, and I was like, "Okay, let's just relax." And I was wide awake. Like, honestly, I wasn't
Right.
tired at all. And I saw, like, about the size of this pen, like pen size, a light. It was like a gold light, and it just flew around the room quite quick. But I saw it, and I followed it, and I was like
The
in my
hell is
mind
that?
in my mind, I was like, "I've just seen a fairy." Like,
Yeah.
I know that sounds wild, and I'm already thinking, "I'm gonna talk about this on the podcast. I've just saw a fairy." I'm not saying it was a fairy,
No,
no
I get
idea
it.
what it was, but it was like a gold light,
It's
and I was like,
Tinkerbell.
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, like, it kind of reminded me of that, and I was like, "What the heck is that?" So I'm trying to be like, debunk. So I picked up
Yeah.
my cell phone I had next to me, and I'm like, "Let's see if I can create a light." Wasn't that.
Right.
It wasn't. My cell phone was off. It wasn't that. We've got quite thick curtains, so, lights are not cars do drive past every now and again, but not really, and you don't see the lights in the cars. So it wasn't that. I was just like, "What the heck have I just"
And
I wasn't scared or anything like.
y'all are upstairs, so right? Your room
Yeah,
is
yeah,
upstairs, so
yeah,
because y'all saw not Amy at the top of the stairs, so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, really, car lights are not gonna be coming in that high, and it's not
yeah,
gonna
true, yeah.
swirl around your room.
Yeah.
It was
So no
Tinkerbell.
idea what that was. I think Tinkerbell,
It
but I
was
didn't
Tink.
get a nasty feeling from it or anything like that. I was just sort of
Mhm.
sitting there thinking, this is Tommy's going to talk about seeing fairies now. That's how I've started seeing this kind of stuff. Like, because I'm always going to share what I experience.
Yeah.
So
I
so
love
that
it.
happened. I don't
Yeah.
know if that. The only other thing I think, like on a logical, what it could have been, is there's a problem with my eyes, and I've just seen.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. I don't know, but I think if that was the case, I would see more of that.
you would see it
You
more
know,
regularly.
that's what I would have thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Kinda
that
like
was another weird.
floaters, you know?
Yeah, which
'Cause
you
some people
do. I
have
do get
floaters.
that sometimes. Yeah, I
Yeah, but
do.
they're
Yeah.
usually dark. They're not they're
Yeah,
you
they're
know,
like a
they're
see-throughy. Yeah.
yes, and you're like, "Mm," and you do this and they go away.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's usually not a bright
So I don't think it was
golden
that.
light
I like
zooming
followed
around your
this.
room.
Yeah. So
That's
that was quite
I
recent.
huh.
Yeah. There's been a
Wow.
lot. There's been.
You told me there was a lot. I was prepared, but I wasn't prepared for all of it, but I mean, I am here for it. I am here for it. Safe space. We are safe here, just like you told me, because I kept saying, "People at your listening room think I'm crazy." And
No.
you know, one of the kids my daughter goes to school with told her that I'm not it's not paranormal, I'm just crazy. And I was like,
Mm,
"She's scared of me.
yeah.
She should
Yeah.
be."
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to
Yeah.
figure out who it is because I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
school and just stare at her.
Yeah. You're like me. I get very protective as well with the kids at
Mhm.
school. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, I'm scary. I might be small, but I be mighty, and people
That's
are
it.
scared of me because
Yeah.
I have a resting bitch face most of the time,
Don't.
and I just stare at people like this.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
And kids especially, they're like,
Don't mess with our kids. Yeah.
"Don't mess
Don't
with my
mess with our kids.
babies."
Yeah. I'm the
Oh,
same. 'Cause the thing is they're gonna, because of what we do, they're gonna, friends are gonna see it and things are gonna be said.
yeah,
No, I do get that. Um,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I have a huge fan base at the middle school, but apparently I do have some haters too, but that's fine, I get it. I'm
Yeah.
in the Bible Belt in the South, I get it, and I don't yuck anybody's yum. Go for it, I don't care. But don't tell my daughter might haul off and punch you in the face if you call her mama crazy, okay? That my daughters are
Absolutely.
fiercely loyal to their mama.
Mhm.
My one thinks I'm crazy as it is, but she's allowed to call me crazy. Nobody else can call me crazy, only
Yes.
her.
I think, I know it sounds weird, but I think getting a bit of hate is actually a positive. I
Yeah,
know that sounds weird, but that means you're getting out there and
that's
people are
right.
seeing it, and you're gonna get hate, unfortunately,
Yeah,
you
when I
know?
first I
But
first got, like, my one-star review, I was like,
yeah,
"Hey,
it
somebody other
hurts.
than my mom is listening." Claps all around. Clap or
Uh,
snaps. Say everybody snap.
I remember I got my first bad reviews on Apple Podcast, and
Oh,
I was a bit shocked, but the thing that got me, and I've got no grudges against anyone, so if it was you, I'm no problem at all. Everyone's
I
entitled to
hold
their
grudges.
opinion,
I will find you.
and I like a little bit of hate, as I said. But I put out 150 odd episodes, so quite a few episodes,
Quite a
and
few.
this person wrote, "Absolutely loved this show until episode 155. Ruined it." And I was like, "What did I say?" I must have said something that offended,
Did you go
but
back and
I was
listen?
like, no, I mean, it was actually a bit of a conspiracy episode, so that can
Ah,
be where you get a bit of, because 'cause
yeah,
you're always
that's
gonna
true.
upset someone with everything, you're gonna
That's
upset
right.
someone.
That's right.
Someone said I smile too much. I was like, "Okay, great, okay." I can't help that I laugh and smile too much. So it's, yeah. But yeah, I thought, great. So you've enjoyed 150 episodes, and now because of something's been said, because I'm a big like free speech person. I think you should be able to say
I agree.
anything.
I agree.
I think that's important, and I think that is what is great about podcasts.
Mhm.
Because we're the managers of our podcast. We can say
That's right.
whatever we want, talk to
That's right.
whoever we want.
That's right.
You're going to talk to some people that might upset other people, but
Yeah.
hey, that's the world. It's different
That's just my
opinions, and I think
husband on a regular basis. When he's on, I'm like I have a large female listener base, and I'm like sometimes he says stuff, and I'm like,
don't say
"Daniel."
that. Yeah.
You're gonna offend not only my mother, but knock it off.
You're always gonna upset someone,
Nah,
it's just the
great.
way
She's
it
one of my
is.
listeners, but yeah, I use her, but just in general, yeah. Oh, yeah, and I know I upset people, and that's fine. I don't mind. I'm not walking around trying to be mean or create hate. I don't spread hate. I
Mhm,
try to be loving and kind. But the reality of it is people don't like us because who we are and because of what we talk about, and there's no other
mhm,
reason for it. They have no reason. They don't know us personally. They know what we put out there. That's it.
mhm,
That's
mhm.
all.
Yeah, but it's yeah.
I think we're
I
pretty
see
cool.
it I see it as a I think we're cool, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
Absolutely.
Coolest people I
I've
know.
I've had some more weird stuff. I don't know if you got time for it or if
Oh,
you wanna
keep
hear
going.
more.
Yeah, I can always split this in 2 parts. You keep going. I'm just listening. I don't
S
know how to I do
s
have a facial tomorrow, but that's not until noon.
So another big UFO thing that happened to
Ooh,
me,
ooh, yeah.
and this again, this was cool because someone else was there when it happened. So this is when I was about 27 when this happened, and I
Oh,
was living in
wow.
Brentwood in Essex. Yeah, so it was a bit. So it was about just over 10 years ago now.
Mhm.
We was living in a flat in Brentwood, and we was on like the 4th floor, which was like the top floor of the flats.
So when you say
And
flat, what does that mean? Does
so
that mean
like
like an apartment?
apartment, yeah, yeah, an
Okay. Okay,
apartment,
okay.
yeah. So we do call it apartments as well, but some people say flats, apartment, but
Okay.
yeah, apartments. And we're on the top floor,
Mhm.
and again, it was a beautiful summer's day, like a clear blue sky, and me and my mother-in-law were just talking at the window and just looking out, talking,
Mhm.
and we're looking out, and there was like a little forested area opposite the flat, the apartments,
Oh,
and
you
there
call
was
it we
like
know
a
what it is now. We're good.
and there was like a little house behind that. But so we saw these 3 silver objects come out of the trees, and they weren't super big. They were like the size of a basketball,
Yeah.
but there
Yeah,
was
yeah.
there was 3 of them, and they were like moving around, just circulating, just moving around each other, but they weren't actually touching. So there was 3 of these objects in like kind of like a triangle formation, but they weren't connected, but they were like moving around each other, and they were just going up and up and up. And we're watching these things, and they were like a silvery kind of color.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the heck is that? Are they balloons? We're like, are they balloons? And we're trying to work out what they are. But they were constantly changing shape. They were like a they were like a jelly kind of thing, and they were just
What?
constantly moving, constantly changing, but like moving around each other. But they were never the same shape either. They were like constantly morphing and really weird. And we're watching this for like 5, 10 minutes, whatever it was. It felt like we got a good look at this, whatever this was. And they're like moving up and up and up and up and up. Like, and we're following them all the way up. Like, so we're still behind the window, but we can still see them going up into the
Right.
sky. And then all of a sudden, they just went flash, 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 all 3 of them, like into the atmosphere, gone. And if it wasn't for that, you'd probably be like, okay, maybe they were like some sort of balloon. But
Yeah.
the way they shot off balloons don't do that. And we were like, what the heck have we just seen? Like, that was incredible. And to this day, like, we talk about that because we don't know what it was. I put it in the
Wow.
UFO category, but again, don't know what it was really. I say UFO, but,
Not
um,
couldn't be in a drone because drones don't
nah,
shift like
yeah,
that. They don't change shape,
nah,
I don't think.
yeah. And even going back 10 years ago, drones weren't, but these yeah, definitely wasn't a drone. The way
Wow.
they were moving, they were like, I always describe it like, when the Terminator's melting in the Terminator film, and he's like a silvery color
Oh, yeah, yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
thing. It's
Yeah.
like it was like that. That's what I put it to. It was like that
Weird.
sort of material, whatever this was. And me and my mother, so when we're at family parties now, I always say, "Do you remember that time we saw those weird things in the sky?" And you can see other family members looking at us like it was a balloon. We're like, "No, it was not a balloon. Like, they
Its
definitely
shape
were." Yeah,
shifted.
yeah. But I'm so happy that my mother-in-law was there as well to see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, again,
Mom,
it's one of those things, yeah, if
like
you're if you're on your own, like, you people can say,
yes.
"Oh, you're imagining."
Yes.
There's none of that, we definitely saw this.
I
Uh, yeah. What bugs me is that I had my iPhone in my pocket, and I didn't even think to record it. I really
You
wish I did.
We talked about something similar. My husband, my friend of mine and I, we had an episode a few weeks ago about Bigfoot. We were talking about Bigfoot, and we talked about why people are always like, "Why didn't you record it?" When you're seeing something so unexplainable, sometimes or shocking, anything,
Yeah.
sometimes your first response isn't, "Take my phone out." I mean, I know a lot of younger people they live with it glued in their hand, but most people, if they're looking at something face to face or with their eyes, like just in real time, sometimes they're so mesmerized and they're trying to think and figure out. That's an afterthought. It's like, "Shit, why didn't I do that?" But when you're in the
Mhm.
moment, like, we had a bear run out in front of us. I saw the bear. I had my phone in my hand because I was trying to text our friends to let them know we were heading out, and I had my phone in my hand, but my first thought wasn't like, "Let's record this bear. I've never seen a bear before." It was, "My husband's gonna hit this bear. I gotta keep my eyes on this bear because this bear's gonna run out in front of us," and this was a giant black bear.
Mhm. Mhm.
And he's, like, driving along thinking it's a mailbox. True story. True story.
You don't think to grab your phone when as you say, when you're seeing something,
That you're
amazing that you can't.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're in shock almost, like,
Yeah.
what it's a bear, it's a UFO, it's balloons, it's something,
Mhm.
it's the balloons are shape-shifting and now they zoomed off, like,
Yeah.
what was that?
'Cause if you take your eyes off these things, they're probably gonna be gone, you know?
Yeah.
I was in the this is not paranormal, but I was in the forest, in the New Forest last year, or it might have been the start of this year.
The
It was
New
the start of this year.
Forest?
The New Forest, they call it the New Forest. It's like a big forested area right
Okay.
near me. It's, like, huge. It's like one of the biggest forests in the UK.
Mhm, okay, okay.
I
But it's
think it
not,
is
like,
anyway.
brand new, it's not like they
No,
just made it.
I don't know
Okay.
why they call it the New Forest, to be honest. It's
Okay.
got a lot of old history there, so I don't know why, but so we're walking through this forest, and all of a sudden we come across 3 deers just in the middle of the forest,
Mhm.
and one of them was a white deer, which is quite
Yeah.
rare to see, and I was like, "What, it's a white deer?" So I've got my phone out. I did think to take a picture. Got my phone out. As I've kind of put it up to get the picture, these things are just I've seen them run off, but they're gone, and I
Yeah.
was like, so if you're seeing something like a Bigfoot, you know what I mean? That was a white deer, which is pretty cool. But
Yeah.
imagine being in that where you see like a Bigfoot where you've got seconds. You're
Yeah.
never gonna get that picture.
No, not unless you're actually walking around with, like, a video, like a camcorder or whatever, or
Yes.
your phone. Oh, wow, I just aged myself, a camcorder. But, you're walking around actively taking pictures or actively recording, doing like, nature seekers or people that are making documentary or whatever, and that's what their purpose is, and then they stumble upon it, and it's like, and then sometimes then, you get video recorders like, oh, and then it starts moving, and then it's not clear because they're shaking.
Mhm.
When you see something you can't explain, how can you act normally?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And it's always the critical people who don't leave their couch and they're sitting there on their little phone and they got their stank lip out and they're like, "Oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna tell them exactly how I feel about that. And I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna judge them even though I don't leave my couch and I hate them." Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I imagine they're sitting there looking
Yeah.
at their phone like this, like their lip stinks.
100%. 100%. Yeah. That's why I don't mind how I'm like, "Yeah, you can hate. Come on.
That's so funny. I don't get a
Send
lot
it
of
over."
hate, but when I do, I'm
Yeah.
like, "Huh?
Yeah. Really?
What? Really? You feel better now? You feel
Yeah. Has
better.
that helped? Yeah.
Did that help you? I
Yeah.
hope it helped you.
Yeah, if you've got to
Godspeed."
go online and hate someone,
Oh,
you're not in a
God.
good place, really.
I have to
Yeah.
tell my girls all the time, if they're not contributing to your happiness, your bills, or anything positive in your life, they don't deserve to take up space in your mind.
Mhm.
Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
Ugh, people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've got to tell you something, I just thought about this.
Ooh,
This is something that happened to my daughter, Amy, and
Amy,
this
brown Amy.
brown Amy.
Poor
This
Amy.
happened. I know. I feel
I'm
because
sorry. Oh,
she's so
no.
lovely. She's 13 now. She's at that awkward age, but she's great.
I have
Love her to
2
pieces.
13-year-olds. I feel you.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
bad.
that's tough.
It's bad.
That's tough. I got a
Mm.
13 a 9, and a 6. Um, and yeah, you think it gets easier, it doesn't really. Probably gets harder.
Ah, I feel that in my
Yeah.
soul. Ah, yep.
But they're great. Love all my kids to pieces. But
Mhm.
this happened. So when Amy was about 3 or 4, around that kind of age, my wife took her downtown. They were doing a bit of shopping, and they were driving back home. Amy was in the back in her car seat,
Mhm.
and they stopped at some traffic lights,
Yeah.
and my wife said there was just like a building there, right? Just like a brick building. And Amy went, "Mummy, what are those people?" And my wife was like, "What? What are you talking about, Amy?" She went, "What are those people with white sheets over their heads?" That's what she said. And my wife was like, "It's
What?
just a brick wall building. Like it's not." Like she was just like, "What the heck?" So she's saying, "Yeah, she could see people with white sheets over their head." This is what she was saying. So my wife's got home, and my mother-in-law was there, and she said to my mother-in-law, like, "Amy's just said this really weird thing in the car. Like, what's that all about?" And they went, "Let's have a look what that building was that you drove past." So they've like Googled exactly where it was, where she saw this, whatever she saw, and it was a morgue.
White
How
sheets
weird?
over their faces.
Yeah. How weird is that? How weird is that?
Okay,
I forget that quite a lot, but yeah.
it's official. You have a house full of sensitives. Congratulations. Y'all are
Yeah.
all beacons. No wonder you have a lot of activity. Pray, 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 pray,
Yeah.
pray, pray, pray.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How wild is that? I forget that quite a lot, that one, but that was I
That's
wasn't there when that happened, but that my wife experienced that, and
well, that's why you forget it because you weren't there, but that is I I I
yeah, how can you explain that? Like,
she
that
wouldn't have
is
known.
wild.
Like,
No, no,
this
she wouldn't even know what a mortgage is. Like, 3 or
no.
4, you don't know what that is when you're a kid. Just the way
People
she
with
explained white sheets over
and
there.
here I'm thinking of, like, like ghosts, how they walk, like this
Yeah.
little guy here.
Yeah, yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
I didn't even think about
exactly.
people dead people with sheets over
Yeah.
oh, woof.
I know. That's weird, isn't it?
Wow.
So it's in the
Amy's
it's in
got
the
gifts.
yeah, it's in the, yeah, there was something there was okay, this is, another long one. Do you want this? This I call this the devil dog, right?
What?
So, I'm into, like, cryptids and stuff like that as well, like
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
are,
Uh-huh.
and I'm kind of at a place where I'm not I think a lot of these things could be like flesh and blood, but I also think
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of supernatural with these things as
Right,
well, and
right.
if we've got them here in the UK, I think it's probably more of a supernatural thing because, just this is where I am now. I'm not 100% sure on it, and I'm not even saying what we experienced was the devil dog, but this is gonna sound pretty wild. But
Mhm.
this kind of involves my daughters, and so when we first moved to this house, the big reason why we moved here is because we're more in the country. It was after 2020, so we were like, we want to
Yeah,
get away from London and start somewhere fresh. And if we're going to get locked down again, we want to be by the sea and stuff. That's what we want to do.
I
So that's why
gotcha.
we came here, and we got a big forest behind us. And that was another big reason why we came here. We love forest walks and stuff. So when we
The
first
New
moved to this
Forest.
house, yeah, it's near the New Forest, not far, but it's probably connected. It's actually connected somewhere. But so when we first moved to this house, I've always been like a night owl. Even before I started working the late shift where I work, I would still stay up very late, and I would hear like a growling outside the window. This is gonna sound weird, but I'm like, I've always thought, and it could possibly be just a dog that someone has in the area, right? This is what I've always thought. So I'd hear that this
Mhm,
growling outside the window, right? And there was a
mhm.
Rottweiler that was in a house just over the road. So I always assumed they was letting their dog out at night, and it was like just playing outside the house, basically. I always thought it was strange because why would you let your dog out when you've got a backyard? Why would you let your dog out the front of the street? But anyway, I would look and I would never be able to see this dog, but I'd hear like a growling. And it happened quite a few times. And I never really thought it was only after when other things happened, I sort of put it all together and thought maybe this is something supernatural. So I then started working where I work now, which is very close to my house. And it's like, I won't say the name of the company, but it's like a warehouse kind of thing, a food warehouse kind of
Gotcha.
place. And I started meeting other people, obviously, that I'm working with, and the paranormal quite often came up. So, oh,
Right.
something else happened as well before I knew. So, sorry, this is what I mean. It all gets jumbled. So before I started working there as well, so we go into this forest all the time on walks and stuff, like every day, even
Right.
today, all the time. And me and my two daughters were walking through the forest, and it was getting darkish, but it wasn't dark yet. But we're walking through the forest. We got quite far in, and Amy, again, she started freaking out. Now it was getting dark, but she was like, "Daddy, I've seen something. I've seen." She started saying a Bigfoot. Now she was 10. She would have been 10 when we first moved here. So she was about 10. And I was like, "No, you've not seen a Bigfoot. Like you're freaking yourself out because it's getting dark and we're in the forest." Right. And it could have been that, but I was like, "Okay, you've not seen Big," but she's explaining that she's seen something with like yellow eyes. And to this day, she stands by it. Like, I still ask her now. But I'm in my mind, I'm thinking she's watched one of my Bigfoot shows that she shouldn't have watched, and she's scaring herself because we're in the forest, which is a bit hypocritical because of the show that we do and stuff. So I've took her home. That was another weird thing that happened. And then I'm talking to people at work, and there was this girl there. We're talking about paranormal, and she went, "Oh, have you heard about our forest? We've got a devil dog law in the forest." She'd had experiences. Her dad had experiences. It was in a book that she had where people are talking about it. And there's like a red brick road that leads into the forest. And apparently, a lot of people, you know, like Dogman type
Mhm.
experiences there. They see this black dog-like creature, red eyes. Sometimes you just smell it. Sometimes you just hear it. Very, like these supernatural cryptid experiences that are reported there.
Gosh.
So I was like, "That's
Wow.
weird," because I've been hearing a growling outside my window. My daughter said she saw a Bigfoot in that forest. So I'm starting to think maybe it's something to do with that. That growling kind of stopped. Never heard that again after finding out about this, which was good. Um, but then we got my little dog Blue, who's a little Staffordshire Bull Terrier, lovely little dog, but he's like fearless. He's not scared of anything, people, other dogs. He's only small, but he's crazy.
Yeah.
There's balls in that forest, and he'll like run over to them, and he's not. We don't let him off the lead, but he's not scared of anything.
Right.
And there's been two occasions in that forest where he's kind of freaked out at seemingly nothing. Like when I say freaked out, like really freaked out, like backing up, won't, it's like he's seeing something or
Hair
feeling
raised.
something. Yeah.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
actually literally had to pick him up and walk him. It's only happened a couple of times, once with me and the family, and once it happened to my wife when she was on her own with him. Um, and it's not parts that he's not been to, it's parts that we've been back many times since, and he doesn't freak out. So whether or not he was seeing something or feeling something, I don't know what it was. Something was
Wow.
freaking him out. So that happened there, and then the girls got new bikes, so we used to take their bikes into the forest as well. And there was this little route that they used to go down, which again was like quarter of a mile, whatever it was. Wasn't very far, but I could see them. They'd go down this path, and I could see them the whole way down.
Yeah.
Right, and I'd watch them. They'd go down, they'd turn around, they'd come back. So it was like a summer sort of night. It wasn't dark. The girls are going down this path, and I'm standing there watching them. And all of a sudden, at the end of the other side of the path, I've seen like this, what I thought was like at first I thought it was a fox. And I was like, no, it's too big to be a fox. It was like a grey, I thought big dog, right? My two daughters have got halfway down this path, seen whatever this thing is. It's freaked them out because they've turned straight around on their bikes, started coming back towards me. Ruby, my middle daughter, fell. So I've run to her, got to her, I said, "You okay? What's happened?" And she went, "I saw a wolf, Daddy. I saw a wolf." And I went, "Okay, okay." So we've got back home, and they both said that they saw what looked like, and I'm not saying it was a wolf. It
Mhm.
might have been someone's dog, big dog.
Right.
But when I put all these things together, maybe there is the devil dog. Maybe that is what we've experienced. So
Yeah,
yeah.
independently, it's like, okay, it's a dog or a Rottweiler, but when you
Mhm.
start adding it all together, you got your little paranormal beacon family, and
Yeah.
everything seems to want to see you.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Because seriously,
Yeah.
if it was a Rottweiler, I have look, I'm 41 this week, okay? 41. My memories go back to age 4 or 5. Never in my lifetime, in my memories, have I ever experienced a neighbor letting out their dog and a dog coming to my house, any
Mhm.
house that I've lived in, and just growling outside of a window without an animal or a person outside or something to agitate the dog or cause the dog to go on guard like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you haven't either have anybody with a dog that just comes to your house and just starts growling.
No, no. I just thought maybe it's a thing they do around here because we were new to the area. I was like, "Oh, maybe
It's
that's
just
what
the area. This is
maybe
just
that's
what
a
the dogs do.
Dorset thing. They might just let their dogs out at
Dogs are
2 o'clock
gonna
in the morning."
dog, you know? They're just gonna come and hang outside the window and little, it's okay,
Just
I don't
growling outside my window at 2 o'clock in the
it's
morning. Yeah, it
this
might
is
be
just what
normal.
they at 2 o'clock
Yeah,
in the this is just what
yeah,
they do here where we live now. It's normal.
yeah.
You we can write anything off. We probably are the best, like, writing off people ever. Because 'cause I'm like, the other day, like you said, you jumped straight to paranormal pretty fast. I was
Uh-huh.
doing something, and I can't remember. I was talking to one of the people that I've interviewed. I've been on his show, he's been on mine, and we were talking about something, and immediately was like, "Oh, maybe it was," and they're like, "There we go, writing it off again." Like, "Oh, maybe it was a cat. Maybe it was a wind." Like, maybe it
Yeah.
was, maybe it's my house ghost telling me he's ready to go to bed. I don't know.
It is wild. It is wild.
Oh my gosh. You and your kids and your wife, y'all collectively. I mean, and it's so wild because your mother-in-law, and your parents and your brother. I mean, it ranges from full body apparition to shadow people to sleep paralysis to possible fairies, who knows, to
Yeah, yeah.
an invisible thing setting your cameras off to maybe a cryptid dog thing to astral projection or mimics or doppelgangers. Like you have run the gamut.
Mm, yeah.
Yes. Fascinating.
And it
And
sounds wild, and I still
I
think in
know
my mind I've not experienced it though, but when you put it out like that, yeah,
you're going to
I
listen to
have.
this episode and you're going to be like, okay, I changed my mind. There is a lot. It
Yeah,
is a lot. Like, I
it
usually
is a
don't
lot.
run this long. I usually am, like,
I'm
about an
sorry.
hour. No, don't apologize. This is great. I'm fascinated. I'm, like, sitting because usually when I talk to people, in my experience, it's they have experiences. They've lived in a haunted house or they're an investigator, and they have those experiences at the places that they investigate, but it's not, like, a lifetime of experiences. And I guess that's why I feel so crazy when I share mine because I have a lifetime of experiences, and you might be one of the few people that I've talked to who has a lifetime of experiences as well.
Interesting.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it is. But it's probably why we do the show that we do because we're like, it's yeah, because I don't know how you can't, especially with what we've experienced, how you
Mhm.
can't be like fascinated by it. Like,
No,
it's undeniable, you know.
I agree. I agree, especially if you add it all together. If you zoom out and you look at it all together. Let's see, what, you're about 37, you say?
So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you have at least minus 6, what, 25, 26 years of encounters. It's
Yeah.
undeniable. You seem sane. You don't seem like you have any heavy mental health issues. I know some people are like,
Mhm.
I had somebody say on a YouTube once, "Well, I didn't realize I was on the schizophrenic side of YouTube." And my response was, "Welcome, we've been waiting for you." But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
if you don't have any, like, evidence or signs of mental health issues, you live a normal life, you're just going about things, and all of these things are happening, like, what other explanation is there?
Mhm, mhm.
It's
Absolutely, yeah. I think I'm a bit
mm,
ADHD. I think that's for sure. I've
yep.
definitely got that, but I think
Mhm.
most of us have got that, and I think that's actually a positive thing. But yeah, no, I try. I mean, as I say, I'm happy to not have any more experiences now. I know that there's more, 'cause but I don't know. I try and stay on top of it now. If I feel like it's getting heavy or, there's
Mm,
things happening, I'll try and just that
well,
intent, prayer, and
call out
that
to your
seems to work.
ancestors. Call out to your ancestors because they're always with us, and just ask for help. And that's what I had
Mhm,
to do because I was praying. I was saging, I was blessing, I was praying, and I had somebody on a podcast, the very first other show I had ever been on. I was never a guest. I was so nervous, and I was talking to him, and he was the first person to ever tell me, you're clairsentient, right?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Yeah, you are." And that kinda opened my whole eyes to a whole 'nother world, but he's like, "Call out to your ancestors." It is a very powerful tool, and they will help you from the other side, especially when you're feeling a spiritual attack. They will come in from the other side and help pull that dark away. It's quite powerful.
interesting.
I live it. I have done it in my old house. I have done it in this house. I've done it recently because I feel like I have had an attack on me in a different kind of way, and I have called out, and it has been lifted, and it is they are our ancestors got our backs from the other
Mhm.
side, and they are there with you always, so call out to them. You don't have to. I know some people feel kinda weird. They're like, "I don't know who I'm talking to," and blah, 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 blah. I get that, but you just say, "I'm calling out to my ancestors. Please watch over us. Take care of us, cover us in love and light." Just a basic, and then just see how you feel in a few days. It's amazing. And I still believe in prayer. I am constantly praying to God and, I still do my little witchy stuff. I cleanse and I sage and I do all this. I do everything. I'm covering all the areas just in case. You
Every
just never know.
base.
Yep, got to do it all. But I'm telling you, when I call out to my ancestors and I'm like, I need you, it is almost instant. It's amazing. I have no proof, and maybe it's just in my head. Maybe I'm a loony bin. I don't know, but I would bet money, and I never heard that before. I have never had anybody else say that to me ever again. But he stuck with me, and it truly works on so many levels.
Mhm. Interesting. Yeah.
Yep. And what's funny is when I did that, I started getting visions of people in my head. And I couldn't place them. I'm like, "Who are these people? I don't know these people." So I was like, "Daniel, do you know somebody?" And I explained them to him, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I don't think so." Well, we were driving up a road one day, and I said it again. I'm seeing her. I see a yellow moo Like, I'm seeing a yellow moo. Like, it's so detailed. I could pick her out in a crowd. I'm seeing her face. And I said this description again. He goes, "That's my mom's mom." And so I went, "What?" And so I went to his mom's Facebook and I started digging through pictures. And I mean, we've been together 7 years. I think I went back maybe 10, 13 years and I found a picture of her mother. And I was like, "That's her."
Whoa.
So after I called out to my ancestors and his ancestors, his grandma showed up in my head and I knew she was
Wow.
there. And his grandmothers and my grandmother are a force of nature. And let me tell you, you don't mess with their families.
Yeah.
Grandmas come in and clean house. I yep.
Wow. And
Mhm.
when you were seeing that, was that like in the mind's eye? You're
Yeah.
just seeing this picture? Yeah.
Yeah, you know how, like, sometimes, like, you can look back on a memory and it's so clear, it's, like, almost like you can relive it in your head, and it's like, "Oh, that was
Mhm.
such a good day." Like, I can
Yeah.
remember or, like, the first time you saw your wife, you can probably tell me what she had on or maybe what she smelled like, and it's almost like it was, like, yesterday, it was so vivid. That's how it was.
Mhm.
It was like I've seen this woman before, but I never met her. I've never seen her before. I've never seen a picture of her before. She passed away many years before I came around. I will snoop on somebody's Facebook page, but I've never snooped on her Facebook page like that before.
Mhm.
And so I have never seen this woman, but yet she was in my mind almost like I had looked at her before and I was remembering her.
Wow.
Mhm.
Interesting.
It's crazy, and the moment he realized who I was talking about, he, like, turned white. Like, he's like, "That's my grandma."
Yeah. Yeah. Because how can
Mhm.
you explain that?
I
And
we
that's obviously
can't.
validation for you when you see the
Mhm.
picture and you're like, "That is what I'm seeing."
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things, it's like, I've never seen her before, so why is she in my head? Like,
Yeah.
I could see her wrinkles, I could see her glasses, I could see her hair, it was short, it wasn't curly, it was just short, kinda like mine except shorter, just, like, much shorter. But it was dark with salt and pepper, and she had thin lips, kinda like smoker lips, and she was a smoker, and I asked him, "Does she wear a yellow muumuu?" He goes, "Actually, she did." And she'd keep her
Whoa.
cigarettes in her muumuu pocket, I believe he told me. It was very
That's
cool.
wild.
And I never saw it before I called out to our ancestors to help, and let me tell you, when I called out to them, the energy shifted.
Wow.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
It's
I've
very
got to tell you
interesting.
this, it's a ghost story. This happened my mum's friend in France. She's actually a
Ooh.
parapsychologist now.
Ooh,
So
bonjour.
this is a yeah, this is a wild one. But she was when she was younger, she lived in this house that was, like, right next to a graveyard, going back to
Oh, boy.
graveyards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was laying in bed, and she said this happened very often to her, like, she would see people walk through her room, like apparitions walk through her room,
Yeah.
and sometimes there'd be loads just walking through her room. Like maybe there was some sort of portal or something in her room.
Grand
That's
Central
that's
Station.
kind of yeah. And she said there was this one night where there was people walking through her room, and this girl walked through the room, stopped. They never acknowledged her. Never none of these whatever these things were never acknowledged her until this one night. This girl walked through the room, stopped in front of her bed,
Yeah.
looked at her, started trying to communicate, was saying something, but she couldn't like fully understand what she was saying. It wasn't in like French, it wasn't in like any language. It was like I described it as like a weird, I don't know. She couldn't really understand what she was saying, trying to communicate, and then she just carried on going through. And apparently, like I don't know if it was a week later or something like that, they were walking through the graveyard, and there was like a new fresh grave, and there was a picture of this girl that she saw in her room. Yeah, that's giving me chills again.
I got
Uh,
chills, I'm about to cry. Oh my gosh,
uh,
I felt
you
that one. Oh,
yeah,
she was
sorry.
trying no, you're good, you're
It's just when
good.
you said about the face and then, yeah,
Oh
just
my
reminded me of that.
gosh.
Yeah, that happened to my mum's friend, and she's now a parapsychologist, like, that obviously was such a big thing for her. She's, like, carried on
I don't
exploring
know.
it.
I knew you were gonna say that before you said it, that she stopped and
Yeah,
looked at her. Oh my
yeah.
gosh, that
She was trying to communicate, but she couldn't actually
oh,
understand what she was trying to say. Like, she could hear noises, like, coming from her, but it wasn't, like,
she
clear.
didn't she didn't have enough
Yeah,
energy, she couldn't
yeah.
communicate. Oh, poor
It's
thing.
wild. But then obviously when she saw the picture and it was like, "That's the girl that I saw." That's wild, isn't it?
It is. When you have that realization, it's like, "Oh my
Mm,
god, that happened. That's who I saw."
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Well, Tommy, we did it again. We had a 2-hour episode with us or wait,
Yes.
2.5 episode an hour, 2 I can't talk anymore. Pooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Wow.
sorry.
No, don't apologize. This is fantastic. Good gracious alive. My head. I'm gonna go and look at my husband because he knew I was looking forward to this, and I was like, "We talked for so long during mine. I am so excited to hear
Yeah,
his because he told me he had a lot, and I love hearing these, like, I love hearing them because it makes me feel I'm not crazy. Well, I mean, I can be. You know what I mean? I'm not losing my mind. I'm not imagining this stuff, right?
Mhm.
I'm not a schizophrenic person on YouTube.
Yeah. And this
Jerk.
this stuff is real. There's no doubt in my mind. There's
Yeah.
the fact that you have experiences with other people, you're
Mhm.
both experiencing that you
Yes.
can't that there's no denying that for a start. But, when something's happening that's paranormal,
Yeah.
and it is a wild world we live in,
It
and we sometimes
you
get a glimpse of
yeah. A
whatever the other
glimpse.
side is.
That's right. We get a glimpse, almost like a glitch in the matrix, like we're not supposed to see it, but there it
Yes.
is, and it's
Yeah.
just in that moment. And I always say and I was watching something on Netflix with my husband, and we're gonna start covering it on Patreon, like some shows on Netflix just for fun, just some stuff that's a little different. And it was about true hauntings, and it was about a guy in college, and he was having these experiences, and I told Daniel because my husband was a skeptic for a really long time, and he was really disrespectful about it, and I mean, like, wanted to leave him at one point, and he knew that. I was getting so fed up with him making me feel stupid and crazy because he was so insensitive, and I was watching the show, and he was watching it with me, and like I said, when he started having experiences, his whole perspective changed on it, and I said, "I will never, ever doubt somebody's experience or make them feel less or discount their feelings because in that moment, it is so raw and so real. And who am I to take away from that? I will always be a paranormal safe space for somebody to share their encounters and know that they have a soft landing space without judgment or any kind of negative response because I wasn't there. Who am I to say
Mhm.
that didn't happen? And now I've heard some stories before, and then I found out some things later that made me like, and things that they've told me after. And it was like, ugh, that makes me feel icky.
Mhm.
But most 99% of the people that I have met and talked to, and people that have reached out to me just to share their stories just through TikTok or Instagram, I'm like, "Thank you for trusting me with your stories." And so thank you, Tommy, for trusting me with
Oh,
your
thank you.
stories. I
Thank you. It's been
appreciate
a
you.
pleasure.
I
I
am
appreciate
blown
you.
away.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
oh,
you. As I said to you, I hope we have many conversations.
I think we will. I think there are more to be said.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where can everybody find you?
So we are wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, all the podcast platforms. We're also on YouTube as well. Let's Get Freaky Podcast. Yeah, on Instagram, TikTok, X, we're everywhere.
It's
Let's
not a
Get
naughty
Freaky.
podcast, everybody. It's
It's
Let's
not.
Get
There's
Freaky,
sometimes
but it's
people
not
think
naughty.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's paranormal. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm all
what
of
is
them.
X? Is that like
Threads. It's like Twitter, isn't it? It's Twitter. I know
Twitter?
people. Twitter. Yeah,
Twitter. I love that. Twitter. Twitter. Sorry.
that's very UK, wasn't it?
I love it. I love it. Because I'm here like, what's that? What's that X? Is that a tweet? Do we tweet? So I rather say it like you say it. I like that
Yeah,
much better.
yeah. So we're everywhere. Let's Get Freaky. You'll see my little ginger cartoon face on the logo.
Yes. Yes. And I will have everything of Tommy's linked in the show notes. Go and follow him. Hit that button. Follow, subscribe. Make sure you're listening and watching. He has a slew of paranormal things from cryptids to ghosts to conspiracies and Bigfoot. Y'all go give him some love. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming
I
on and
appreciate you.
taking
Thank
the
you.
time. And until next time, everybody, they'll see you later.